pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. They had trouble stopping the run last week at a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's McKenzie. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. And as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space. So you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Donovan Peoples-Jones. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jags are on the board first here this afternoon. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
On play action, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Etienne will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
What part do they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
Look
at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 47 yards. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Jaguars first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And this will be a Falcons first down as good running gets them to about the 44. The Falcons at 8-6 now on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them. Galvanized.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Jags are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. Now Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
To throw again is Lawrence. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. And I think the ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. And he's got room. Loose inside the 30. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. John Fitzpatrick with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have moved out in front. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is...
Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Koo now for the point after. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Lawrence will try again after the pick six. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Jags grab it. Taking it right down Broadway. Pass past the 20. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Out for the PAT, here's Johnson. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly doubt.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Johnson for the extra point try. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll run with Patterson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jordan Smith in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. On play action, they'll throw. He completes it to Ridley. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll go. It's Patterson. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Andre Sisco. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On second down, Etienne once more. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now Lawrence on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Mullins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On second down, a run with Etienne. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Lawrence on third down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Lawrence going to throw again. And one more time, here's Kirk. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 13. Straight ahead, Patterson. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Second and 3. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Atlanta. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So 3rd down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. 3rd down, here's Patterson. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The Falcons send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
You know when I could tell this was going to end really badly? When he launched himself behind the line and made a beeline for the ball carrier. You get one of those tackling machines in the middle on your trail, things are normally ending pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Coup for the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They go play action with Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And my goodness. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne.
Touchdown! Travis Etienne. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2nd and 8. Lawrence. Buying time, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Johnson's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Over the middle, complete. It's Edwards. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's back to throw.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
He's going to let it fly.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the Falcons come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
It all came down to one final jump ball on the Hail Mary, but partner, the defense was ready, able to force it to be incomplete. Ball game over.
Look, let's face it, everybody wants to work the ball in closer and take a more high percentage pass to try and tie the game. But the Hail Mary, that's what they had to work with. And now they're just hoping that their jumpers can get up higher and are stronger than the defenders. Not the case.